A lot to play for. Thanks for coming in on Labor Day. You're like coaches in the media. Every day's important as we move forward. A couple things. First of all, disappointed we didn't come up with a victory against Iowa. Going in, we knew we were going to really need to play pretty air-free when you go on the road and play against a good quality opponent that has a really great program. You gotta play clean, and we didn't do that. We did some good things during the course of the game. I thought our defense to be able to come up with 4 takeaways is certainly encouraging, and they were forced. Actually, we had 4 fumbles, which we recovered 3, so that was positive. Also, limiting them to 263 yards. If you just look at yardage-wise, you'd have to say, okay, that's positive. There were some things that were somewhat disappointing. Obviously, some of our tackling later on as the game went along, and we had too many explosive plays. Offensively, it was good to see a new combination with the offensive line. I think the addition of our 2 freshmen, Logan Harris and Alonzo Velasquez, I think it's really going to prove us well as we move forward. They certainly were challenged. Iowa's front 7 is as good as advertised, maybe even a little bit better. Our plan was to get the ball on the perimeter and make their secondary and some of their perimeter guys tackle well, which they did. For us to stay on the field, we've got to convert on some 3rd downs, and particularly the 3rd down makeables, which we were not able to do. So credit Iowa. They came up with a good plan and they executed really well, and they played to their strengths. A couple injuries. Colton Donovan will be lost for the season, at least it looks like right now, with a torn ACL in his knee. So we're going to be in the process of looking at a new deep snapper. Drevon Monin is right now the leading candidate for that. Josiah Hall will also not be playing this next week. He suffered a concussion, so he'll go through protocol. And outside of that, we're fairly healthy. Josh Allen probably won't practice for a couple days. He got his non-throwing shoulder nicked up a little bit. Speaking with the sports medicine yesterday, feel very comfortable he'll be able to play, but I think just got to get some bumps and bruises healed up there. Concerning Gardner Webb, we've done a lot of work on Gardner Webb. We looked at him during the course of the summer, spent some time during fall practice on them. They've got a great quarterback, Maxwell. I know has been touted as one of the top FCS offensive players. He's a big, strong guy, 6'3", 230, runs 4.5, so he's a dual threat quarterback. They've got a strong front 7. I know they stubbed their toe last week in their opening game as well. So you got 2 teams that are scratching and fighting for a first win. I know that we're going to have a hungry football team as we get ready for our home opener, so we're excited about that. So at this time, any questions anybody might have?
Going back to Josh Allen and some of the decisions he made, whether it was to keep the ball or throw it away, it seemed like he wanted to keep it and try and make a play work. What did you think of those decisions? Well,
I think the lion's share of the game, if you look at how he executed, I was particularly happy with. The intentional grounding play, that was a mistake. He was trying to make a play, and I think there was another time he scrambled around. Now, what became apparent was the speed of Iowa's front 7. Whereas before he's been able to run away from that. Jewell has got great speed, and so I thought Iowa did a nice job. But his decision making, by and large, was pretty good. What our plan was they were going to play their safeties deep, and so to take long throws was going to be pretty counterproductive. We were going to have to make some plays in the intermediate. I thought he threw the ball well on the outside, and Iowa really answered the bell. They came out and tackled, and we needed to make some plays here.